She's sugary, she's spice. She is everything plus nice. Take her one-on-one class and she provides the best advice. She'll take you down to the trenches, but only to lead a new way. Only for the sake of you and your legacy to establish a new day. Let's give a warm welcome to the Chief Reprimander and the Supreme Hugger, G. Smith.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Inner Chi Show. You made it to another Tuesday. Yay! Listen, we have a treat. Can I say that again? We have a treat for you guys on tonight. Let me tell you, I had the pleasure of meeting this beautiful, beautiful soul maybe about a year ago. And we met on another platform. And when I tell you her spirit just exuded, we've never met in person. But when I tell you that I feel like we've met at some point in life, it is just amazing. I love her spirit. I love her vulnerability. I love her ability to be transparent with people and her community. And she's touched so many lives across this nation. And I can just only believe that she's going to be able to do so much more, even on an international level. So we're going to go ahead and speak that into existence for our special guest on tonight. Listen, if you're a first timer, go get your pen and paper. Listen, because we love to drop gems. Not only that, but research shows that when you write things down, you remember them a lot longer. You can always also revert back to those things that you've written down to refresh your memory and or to take action. Write the vision, make it plain so that he that read may run with it, right? Sometimes we get the run and then we forget, oh, what's the next task? And so as long as you've got it written down, you can stay along the journey. You won't jump off the path. You won't get sidetracked, right? Because you know what the goal and the mission is. And so we really want you guys to go grab your pen and your paper. And also, next thing, hit that like and share, love and share. Because again, we have a wonderful special guest on tonight who's going to talk to us about overcoming obstacles. Oh, just saying that is amazing. And what better way than to have her in this month, in the month of September. Not only is it Chi's birthday month, hey, yes, but also September is Alopecia Awareness Month. And many of you guys have, been following me for quite some time and understand that I'm an alopecian woman. And then many of you are newcomers and you're just like, okay, she is rocking that bald look. But I can honestly say that I'm bald. Some people ask, is it by choice, by force? A little bit of both. But I will say I have been a bald alopecian woman. My anniversary is next month, so it will be 9 years that I have been bald. And why do you bring that up, Chi? Because as we're going to be talking about overcoming obstacles with our special guest tonight, I myself, yes, Chi Smith, had to overcome obstacles and going into different settings and different arenas and different industries looking just like this. And let's be real, it's not always welcomed. It's not always well received. It's not always understood. So I am happy to have this special guest to bless us with her presence on this evening to talk more intently about overcoming obstacles. Because, you're just going to be blessed with it. Again, guys, like and share. Go get your pen and paper. And most importantly, know this. Know that the gems that you're going to get tonight is not just for you. You guys know here at the Inner Chi Show, we're not selfish. We are not selfish at all. There is also no judgment zone, right? And we say that because we're here for us. Many of you are on your healing journey. Many of you are trying to figure out, should you start a healing journey? Many of you are in the middle. And a healing journey is forever. It's forever. You never stop healing. Can I say that again? You never stop healing because you're constantly working on yourself. You're constantly evolving. You're constantly going from a caterpillar to the cocoon to the beautiful butterfly. Okay, y'all, listen, you get it for you, but then you also, once you've mastered that thing, you give it to others and you allow others to master and then they share it with others. And before you know it, it's a full-on domino effect. So that's really what the Inner Chi Show is all about. It's really about a full-on domino effect, okay? So, guys, drop in the comment section where you're tuning in from, whether you are in the Caribbeans, whether you are on the West Coast, East Coast, North, South of us here in the US of the A, whether you're over in England, whether you're over in Nigeria. Okay, let us know where you are tuning in from, because we are also pleased to say and honored to say that we do have an international presence with the Energy Show. What a blessing it is. We've got people from India who tune in, people from Australia who tune in. I mean, I'm just like, what? Really? So I just really want you guys to take this time, share this with your family members. I have to also believe there's going to be some children who's going to be blessed also by our special guest on tonight. So without further ado, let us bring to the stage Miss Brittany Thomas.
Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. My name is Brittany Thomas from Charlotte, North Carolina. I am 25 years old. Born with cerebral palsy. I have two books. I'm living my blessed life with cerebral palsy, which is my autobiography, and then my adult and children's book, Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You: Overcoming Obstacles to Greatness, which is what we are going to talk about tonight. I'm excited to dive in, and I give honor to God, who for this opportunity, and of course Miss Shy for having me on. I actually reached out to her because I said, "Hey, we connect a lot, and I want to come on your show." Sometimes to get an opportunity, you have to open up your mouth and ask. So that's what I did. All right, so we were going to get right into it.
You listen, you know to go to the show, Miss Brittany. My word, yes. Say that again for the people. Sometimes you got to take the opportunity. And so share with the audience, how have you found yourself finding opportunities and taking full advantage of them? Because when I tell you, I just know you from social media land, okay? But
Okay.
you are truly living your blessed life. So talk to the people about finding opportunities and then taking them.
Okay, well, first and foremost, you have to be bold and courageous, and you cannot be scared. Sometimes, when it comes to finding opportunities, you have to network and you have to find out who knows who, and you have to do your research and find out, hey, kind of do your observation on people and figure out, is this something I want to do, or is this something I want to be a part of? And I can honestly say that Miss She's content is one of those contents that bless me. And so I'm like, let's collab, and let me get on her show and we can encourage each other. So yeah, that's where it came from.
Listen, and is and do all the day long. Look, she liking my stuff. I'm liking her stuff. I'm saying, go ahead, Brittany. And she hitting me back. Look, we having a whole good old time. I'm like, you know what? What are these motivational, uh, inspirational moments you be having on your posts? I'm inspired. I love what you're doing, and I love the boldness. You said it. You said bold and courageous, and you mentioned in your introduction that you have cerebral palsy. Now, help the people understand. You were born that way, and how were you able to be courageous, because not everybody can find their strength even in where they may be in life. And you have found a way, Miss Brittany Thomas, okay, to be bold and courageous, baby. So help people, where you were born with CP, and help people understand who's been your support system to help you grow into your boldness.
Yes, I was born with cerebral palsy. I was 2 pounds 7 ounces. There's many different levels to cerebral palsy. I have what you call spastic cerebral palsy, which it affects my joints and bones, and things like that. But one of the reasons how I became so bold and was able to be courageous is that I realized that I don't have cerebral palsy just because I did anything. It's so God can get the glory. For so many years, I battled with that, and I finally realized that my testimony is for other people, and not just for me. So that's one of the ways that I'm able to be so courageous and encourage others. And also, I know that this is not permanent. I believe God for my healing. As a matter of fact, it's already done. So my faith just has to catch up. I believe him. So that's one of the ways that I'm just able to be bold and courageous, knowing that this is not the end.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You didn't say a whole mouthful. Now, I told y'all, listen, I told the community, okay? I told the peoples that it was going to be heat and healing on tonight, okay? Heat and healing, because I know you was bringing the heat, Miss Brittany Thomas, on tonight. But you said quite a few things that your testimony is for others.
Mm-hmm.
If only we could get that what we're going through, what we've been through, maybe we are right now. Number one, it's not permanent. You already said that. Number two, it's meant for someone else. We just don't know it yet. Maybe because we haven't come across that individual or those group of individuals yet. But everything that we go through is for other people.
Yes.
Who taught you that? I mean, how did you come up with that? Or was that just you and your relationship with God and confirming that, you know what I'm saying? Or did you have a strong support?
Um, also, my parents, the way that they raised me, when you have a good support system and you have parents that raise you in, the Bible says, train up a child in the way that they should go so that when they become old, that they won't depart from it. So I believe that, it's because my parents trained me up and they encouraged me and they taught me about God a long time ago. And then it has a lot to do with my relationship with God. I stay in prayer. I stay on my face. That's how you develop an intimate relationship with God. So
Listen, y'all, she's cutting up. Okay. She's cutting up. She's cutting up. So I love it, Miss Brittany. Thank you so much. So strong support system, very much so important. A lot of people don't have that strong support system. Do you think you would be where you are today if you didn't have it? Or do you believe that maybe just somewhere along the way, God would have just placed the right people in your path to help strengthen you in maybe certain areas? What do you think?
definitely so thankful that I have a great support system. But I believe God that as He does already, that He would have sent me the right people to encourage me and push me into my um destiny. I call them destiny helpers and destiny pushers. So I think that He would have sent me some of those along the way. Uh, you know, I know that in the word it says that God will never leave you nor forsake you. So I know that if I didn't have a good support system, I'm never alone, and He gonna send somebody to help along the way.
Every time, every single time. I love it. Now let's get into this. Listen, you are a two-time author.
Yes.
What led you on the path to be an author?
Well, it was in 2020, during the pandemic. I actually did a women's conference at the beginning of 2020. It was called I Matter, and I talked about self confidence, self esteem, and self care. And it was in that moment that after that conference, so many people were um, so many people were inspired by that conference. I was like, okay, it's time for me to write my story because you know what? Like I got tired of, if I could be transparent, I got tired of people on the outside looking in, thinking they know me, but they really don't know. So it's like, hey, how about I let you in on what I really go through on a day to day basis? So
Wow.
I think that once I did that, it shed a lot of light and it brought a lot of clarity.
Wow. So tell us about the first book, I'm Living My Blessed Life. Tell us about that.
I'm living my blessed life book came from, it goes all the way from middle school to college to dating. So I just wanted to kind of let people know like what I went through in school, the obstacles that I overcame. Like again, like people from the outside looking in, like they don't really know what I had to go through. So when I was able to shed light on, hey, I was bullied in middle school, but this is how I overcame. Or in high school, how they said that I wouldn't get my diploma, but I got it. And the different way that I had to go about getting that. The program that I was in, I actually had to, it was called OCS, Occupational Course of Study. And that's where they teach you how to get a job. And so I knew that I couldn't get a job because of my physical limitations. So I had to talk about some of the things that I had to go through with that, but how I made it through in spite of that dilemma or circumstance.
Miss Brittany, I mean, you have my heart, and you've had my heart since the first time I met you. We're gonna go into the next book, but you talked about from middle school to college to dating. You got
Yeah.
people out here who ain't willing to go to college or even try to date. Um, I mean, you out here in these streets dating, Miss Thomas. Talk to the people. They scared to even talk to somebody, get somebody phone number. Help somebody today because they ain't got they dating credentials up on par. Help the people.
Listen, all you have to do, like all of us, we have to trust God and know that He's gonna lead us to the right person, right? When it's time. But one of the things that I had to learn was how to be authentically me. And without no apologies and be like, if you can't accept me for who I am, then I don't need you in my life. And so, but for me as a person, I just love to socialize, and I'm like, hey, if anybody else as a human can get out here and date and be married and experience life, then I can too. Because trust me, there's people out here that love me for who I am and appreciate people that are in wheelchairs. And I just want people to know that God will send you somebody that really loves you and appreciates you.
So, Miss Brittany, you telling me that you got okay. Because you have people out here who are already kind of like canceling themselves out because they think that nobody will love them for who they are. And they're afraid to be their authentic self. You out here being your authentic self, living your blessed life, and got booze and stuff and bays. I mean, shoot. These gems, okay, Miss. Look, okay, which segues. We got to go ahead and talk about the second book, which segues us to "Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You." Listen,
Mhm.
you are teaching adults and children. Talk to me about the inspiration about this because I'm living my blessed life, but I had to get this first. Why? Because I've got babies, and this was absolutely a great opportunity to, you know, validate my babies, especially my baby girl,
Mhm.
as well as confirm a lot of things that we talk about at home about self-image and who we are and what we're capable of doing. So talk to us
Mhm.
about don't let the wheelchair fool you, because we didn't already figured out that
Okay.
anyway.
But don't let the wheelchair fool you. It was inspired. Honestly, it's something that I've been saying ever since I was a little girl. I came up with that saying on my own. I think that someone had made me, and this is the honest truth. Someone had made me upset or something one day, and I said, "Don't let the wheelchair fool you," because I can be nice or I can get, real feisty and mean, which I try not to do unless I have to. So I was like, don't let the wheelchair fool you. But getting into the book, what it does is it lets people know what I like to do for fun, right? But we all know that I have to do things for fun a little bit different. So what it does is it describes how I do those things for fun, the equipment that I use, the assistance that I need, and it's letting people know, hey, I can still do these things like getting in the pool or ride go karts or do whatever I like to do, which I love to do those things. But it may take me a little longer. I may need a little bit more assistance. Um, when I go places, I have to make sure that they're handicap accessible and things like that. So it just may take a few extra steps, but it can still be done.
Hmm. I'm sure you've had these conversations, and here at the Energy Show, we like to also challenge our audience because we like to have thought-provoking conversations, right? Um,
Mm,
I'm sure you've had a conversation with someone who's not in a wheelchair, right? What do you
mm.
say to those people who limit themselves and they're not in a wheelchair? How are you able to
Um,
encourage? Mhm.
I just say, like, be who you are, be authentic. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. I don't care if you only have one leg, one arm, one hand, one eye, whatever it is. Be the best you that you can be, and know that God made you that way for a reason. And oftentimes, I tell people it's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. That's for a purpose, because a lot of times if people are made a certain way and they can't do certain things, or they may be able to walk, or but they might feel like I'm too tall or I'm too short, and I have to encourage them, look, you are just the way God wanted you to be. You fit in, and if people don't like you, that's okay. That means they weren't a part of your destiny or your purpose. And so that's what I tell people often.
Wow. Now, Miss Brittany, you also, in addition to these books, now you also make beads. Now, give us the
Yeah.
inspiration behind that. And I'll put your
Okay.
website too for the people to see your website, because I'm telling you, I'm going to give me some. I haven't got them just yet, but I'm going to give me some. But I tell you, they are beautiful and they have encouraging words on them. Talk about that.
Okay. So Brittany's Beats, I started it when I was about 16. So I've probably been making beats for a total, now going on 10 years. And the reason for that is, um, I wanted to start making my own money, and I knew that it was hard for me to go out here and get a job. So I'm a prophetic dreamer, right? So I have dreams. So one night I was asleep and God gave me a vision, and to start making jewelry, because I wear it anyway. So it was like, it's an easy way for you to be able to use your hands, and you can do it. So that's one of the reasons why I started doing it. And came from the motivational sayings came from, like, I have just always wanted to encourage people, and it's a lot of people out here that make bracelets, but the things that I was saying, how can mine stand out? How can mine be different? And the way that mine can stand out and be different is because I'm making bracelets, but I'm encouraging them to be bold or to live for God or whatever they might believe. Just encouraging them to be great. I think that it's a way for people to get a little touch of me. They might not ever meet me, but a lot of people say, "Look, I can feel your energy in these bracelets. I can feel the power in the bracelets." So I think that if people don't ever meet me around the world, they can still have a little inkling of me or a little touch of me to encourage them or to make their day, because they might be feeling down, but they see that bracelet that says courage or be bold or whatever it might be, it can encourage them to go on through that day.
Wow. That is a beautiful. And guys, go get you some bracelets. Go get you some bracelets. Get them for your family, for your friends. I'm telling you, I'm going to get me some as well. But I love that. And so you are truly changing lives, Miss Brittany, from books to these beads. What else? I don't know if you can expose it yet, but what's next for Miss Brittany? Because I mean, you're already doing so much, and well, before you answer that question, let me ask you this question. Before you tell us what's next for you, why do you think, and I know we've kind of asked this, but in your last this almost the last page, excuse me, page in your book, in the Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You, you say that I love to speak and teach that we are only limited by what we believe. And that struck me real deep. And I felt that it was very imperative that we brought that up on tonight's show. Speak to that, because someone is listening and they're limited by what they believe. They really think they can do this, do that, go here, go there, be this,
Yeah.
speak life to somebody right now.
Okay, so we've all heard of faith and manifestation, right? We have to believe. So, the Bible says without faith, it is impossible to please God. So we have to believe that we are more than conquerors. And the reason why I say um, people are limited only by what they believe, because I believe that if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, it's done. But a lot of times, what we believe and our lack of trust causes us to not be where we want to be in life. And it's like, if only you just have a little bit of faith and you believe that you can do it. I wonder where you would be in your life if you just increase your belief system.
Miss Brittany. Oh my. I pray they caught that. That was a straight up gem right there. Trust and believe.
Yeah, because we can say we trust God all day, and I can say for my own life, in my prayer time, I say, God, I trust you. Those are just words, but do you really believe? Do you know that 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 God is going to do it? And a lot of times in our life, we struggle with the belief.
So it's a heart thing, because you got to
Yeah.
believe in your heart. Like that heart
Yeah.
controls your whole life, your whole being. If that heart stop beating, stop pumping, you're done, right?
Everything done.
So everything that you have to trust and believe. And I really appreciate you, not only for your time for tonight, but God creating you to be here for such a time as this, to speak life into those, whether they have any limitations or whether they do not have any limitations. Because one thing is for sure, you spit mad knowledge. Okay, so ain't nothing wrong, with what you know. I
Mhm.
often wonder, same as you, where would people be if they would just trust and believe that everything they thought about, even about themselves, that they could be that. Every plan they wrote down, believe that it would come to pass. Every place on the map, that they wanted to travel to.
Mhm. And I believe that a lot of people are held up because they didn't believe. They didn't have the mindset to believe. It's like people say I trust, but you're really not trusting because you still got anxiety, still worried, you still doubt. And I'm guilty of it myself, saying that I trust God, but I have to remind myself, I gotta believe. I gotta believe, and the reason why I say I'm gonna walk is because I believe. I know. I know that, I know what God's word says about me. I know what he promised me. And I believe that it's only a matter of time. Believing is the definition of believing is knowing. You have to know, like you said, know that thing in your heart, know that thing in your spirit, because if no one else don't know, you gotta know. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe that you can do it.
And I appreciate you even the more because, as we know, faith without works is dead, and you working. Okay, I see you in your PT time. Your physical therapy. Look, you in that pool. You are strengthening yourself. You're getting stronger. You are making the effort. You're doing something. You're not only just believing it to come to pass, but you're also doing the works. And that's that.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't want to put in the work. They want God to do this, but what are you doing to help yourself? What are you doing to maximize every moment, making sure that you getting into your full potential, because you have to work at that thing every day. It's not just gonna happen every night and I overnight. And I know that it's not always easy, but you gotta continue plowing. You gotta continue digging. Like I think it was somebody in the Bible, like they just kept on digging at the well. Digging at the well. You gotta keep digging and you gotta dig deep.
Mm-mm-mm. Miss Brittany, I told y'all it was gonna be heat and healing on tonight. Okay, heat and healing. I think that needs to be on a T-shirt. I may need to get some beads and say, Miss Brittany, can you please put heat and healing? I'm gonna wear them both together. Okay, for
Yes,
real,
and make them
because
red
this is
for the fire.
and come. I already put my order in. So you know what my special request is. So when you see Chief Smith pop up, you already know heat and healing fire red. Yes. Oh my gosh. So
Yes,
if you can, before we let you go, because we know you got things to do. Because let me tell you, when I read this book and my baby read this book, and all the things that Miss Brittany loves to do and is doing and has done, listen, she got things to do. We can't hold her up now, okay? Because we can't hold this baby. We can't. But if you can share with the people two things. One, what's next? What can we look forward to from you? And then what will be your last words to impress upon the audience that's tuning in tonight?
okay. So if I was to answer the question, what's next for me? I really want to focus on getting my books into the classrooms, the colleges. Um, I want to go to the places where no one wants to go, the jails, uh, maybe people that are on probation, um, places like that, the nursing homes, the homeless shelters. So I basically want to focus on more so on ministry and just continue teaching and preaching as I already do, but going into those places, going into the trenches.
Baby, going into the trend. Did y'all? I told y'all Miss Brittany Thomas ain't nothing to play with. She just said going to the trenches, baby. Some of y'all don't even want to go to the trenches. And Miss Brittany saying, let's go.
Yes.
I'm not fooling with you, Miss Brittany, on tonight. Hello, baby. Some of y'all have scared to go to the trenches, and here go Miss Brittany Thomas talking about some. She ready to go. Sooner than Brittany,
Yes.
sign me up. Put my name on the line first. I'm ready to go. Wow,
Mhm.
that's amazing. No, I'm we love having fun here, but we're learning, and I love that. That's real. That's real talk. You got whole
Yeah.
people out here who ain't even trying to go into the trenches. Don't even want to. Maybe because they've probably been to the trenches, they don't want to go back. But just know, those of you who are tuning in tonight, this is a word for you, and I don't know who it is. But some of you have been in the trenches, have come out of the trenches, but you had to have that experience. Why? Because maybe you need to go back into the trenches to help the people come out of the trenches. See, sometimes when we
Come
go,
on.
again, like you just said from the very beginning, it ain't for us. We thought, growing up, single parent home, abusive home, alcoholism, drugs, even down to rape, molestation, being left at home, abandonment issues, getting up for adoption, so many different facets of life, growing up around gangs, all of that. You're trying to figure out why me? Why me? Why did I have to go through that? I'm not ever going back to the community again. I got up and I got out and I ain't ever going back. But just know that some people's assignment was to have go through that, to come out of that looking like you
Come
never
on.
been through it, so that you can go back into it. Because one thing is for sure, it's let me calm down. One thing
Come on.
about it is, because I'm trying to let you go. So I gotta keep it contained. I gotta let you go. One thing is for sure, baby, I promise you, you may have been away from that community for 20 years, but I promise you it's probably still the same. So what you have learned, those methods, those strategies, the way of life to go and help somebody, pull somebody else up. Listen, don't be worried about who gonna listen and who not gonna listen, and who gonna take heed and who
Right.
not gonna take heed. So you just gotta go. See, a soldier, when they get their orders, and I've never been to the military, but I got plenty of military friends and family. When you get your orders to go, you can't be worried about nothing else but the mission.
Mm-hmm.
Go and do what you're supposed to do and leave and get gone. And so I want to speak life to someone else. Miss Brittany talking about going to the trenches. Some of you have to go back into the trenches so that you can pull somebody or pull some people up and out, so that they may be able to go to other communities and pull other people up and out. Again, the energy show is all about that. It ain't just for us. We're here to get these gems, but we're also here to get that healing so that we can go back and go heal somebody else, so that they can go heal somebody else. Come on, y'all.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. Okay. All right. So your last one.
She
Now that we know
she just she just basically said, everything. She basically laid it out. I will say this, um, like she said, we got to bring people out the trenches, because believe it or not, our job is to make disciples. So when we get to heaven, it can't just be us. We got to bring people with us. So how many of us are out here evangelizing and speaking the word and telling our testimonies so that people's souls can be saved? Huh? How many people are doing that? And if you're not, you might want to reevaluate or do some check-in, do whatever you got to do to bring those souls to Christ, because that's what he's looking for. So I challenge you today to, whatever your purpose is, get your fire back, get your fuel back, and start making things happen, because look, somebody out there waiting on you. And this is deep. Some people might not ever come to Christ except through you. You got to get out there and you got to do the work. And you can't be afraid of what people going to say or what they going to think. Because at the end of the day, you got to answer to God. He's the judge. So you just got to get it done. No excuses.
No excuses. Y'all heard it here tonight. Miss Brittany Thomas, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for blessing the people with your presence. Guys, go get the books, order you some beads. I'm living my blessed life, as well as Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You. If nothing else, get these for your babies. I am calling all educators. Get this. Talk to your principal. Talk to your superintendent. Talk to your board of trustees as it relates to your particular city district regarding schools. Get this into the schools. Those of you who are parole officers, POs. Talk to the people. See if you can get these into the jails. As Miss Brittany mentioned, listen, there's so much work to be done, and I'm just elated that we have an opportunity. We have a willing soul such as yours that's out here doing the work, believing and doing the work all at the same time. And then you're networking while you do it. So you have already, stamped your imprint on the Inner Chi Show, Miss Brittany. Again, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we can
You're
have
welcome.
Hopefully we can
I'll
have
come
you.
back anytime.
Fantastic. So thank you again so much. We really appreciate it, guys. We pray that you were blessed on tonight. You received something that you can share, maybe talk to your family about around the table about limitations and not. And even if you feel like you do, how can you still be such a blessing while you're here on this here earth? So thank you again, Miss Brittany, and you have a blessed night. And guys, we will see you next week. Have a good
Bye.
one.
She's sugary, she's spice. She is everything plus nice. Take her one-on-one class and she provides the best advice. She'll take you down to the trenches, but only to lead a new way. Only for the sake of you and your legacy to establish a new day. Let's give a warm welcome to the Chief Reprimander and the Supreme Hugger, Chi Smith.